All right, folks, we're back with some Eye in the Sky here, War of Rights, the third-person perspective. We have Roulette Lane. We just finished a Otto and Sherrick where the Union pulled it out. Wasn't super close, but it wasn't super one-sided either. I was a little surprised that the Union fared as well as they did. We'll see who's officering this round for both sides. If you're unfamiliar with the map, so this is a CSA attacking map. It seems a bit small, but it's actually kind of interesting. We're here in CSA spawn. The Union gets a very nice artillery position on the hill over here. They can fire into CSA spawn if they want. There are a couple approaches. The far right approach for the CSA could involve going out this far and pushing down that snake fence. It may also just be pushing up through the orchard snake fence to get behind that. That was a nice shot. Wait a minute. Was that a TK? Is that what dropped that person? I have no idea what that was, but I think that's just people randomly firing in there. Anyways, that's the right side push. I think the more conventional push is usually some form of left side, and then can go far left. We saw that just recently here, and then up to the back side of this hill, and then do some crest fire, knock the Union off the fence. Well, the Union may or may not, and they are not, apparently, not going for the fort back here, which I'm a little surprised at, because that I just cast this map the other night, and I won't tell you what happened, but it was very close, and the fort absolutely helped them. And what they do is, so they can't move the fixed caissons, but they move the mobile caissons and the guns back to usually about the line of this third fixed caisson, and then they kind of bring it over here to the ridge, and then the Union just stand behind here. Those caissons provide pretty good hard cover, and they just shoot at the fence once the CSA is able to push them off of that. But the Union usually will try to make a stand on this right side fence, because that's where the CSA likes to push. So this time there's no split push, at least initially, all 4 CSA groups. And who do we have? So I confess I don't know who that is. John Brown led the last round. He is back. Wojtek has been on here before. Rocky led last round. People are led on one of the sides. I don't know Melon or who that is, but we will unmute the officers here and hear what they got to say, and hopefully we'll also remember to go back and mute folks as they come in, because it's a lot. So I'm worried about this Union defense.
Spread.
This is not. I mean, we'll see. You know, metas shift all the time, but the Union is down here at the cabin. Certainly that is defending on the point, but CSA can run right through the artillery on this map, and just about get in a position to shoot in. Not just about, but gotta get in a position to shoot into Union spawn, which ends up being down there. That is the bloody or sunken lane. So we will see what happens. Maybe this will be a short map, in which case I'm okay with that. If we're starting Roulette Lane, all right, so we've dipped under 250, but we got up, I think, at least to 280 on Otto and Sherrick, and the next map is Piper Farm, and Piper Farm is my second favorite there after Colquitt. It's my favorite Antietam map, so if we get to that, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, CSA, this is the dream right here. See, they like it. Yeah, you should. There's one infantry company up here. These artillery guys have no sense of what is going on around them. Okay, well, that makes sense. I think this is going to be a short round, which is too bad, because Roulette Lane properly defended can be a close one. Maybe it was a little rope-a-dope, try to draw the CSA up and then wipe them and knock their 2 flags down. That's certainly possible. All right, we got one CSA group that's skirming from behind the barn. I have to say, this is a a different approach than the one I'm used to seeing here from the CSA, but it's also different people. And so, who ends up worse out of that? I guess on tickets it's the Union, but the Union's going to get a respite here because the Union's going to have all 4 flags up, and the CSA is going to be down to only 2 mobile spawn points. Because I think they just lost. Yeah, they did lose both of them up here. So, yeah, I don't know if that was by design or by luck, but hey, when it works, you don't mess with it. I'm not sure if the CSA will do that again. I was completely sold. That is a lot of single digits. Maybe it's bugged, but that's also a lot of single digits that aren't level 1, so it can't all be the bug. I don't know if it's new player night here on a Thursday evening, but it might explain it. Previous round, the CSA had as 2 of their infantry officers, Viceroy and Bell, so that is a couple levels up in terms of experience, and I'm not sure what the CSA can expect on this one.
Up and over, get your loads in.
Over there, but I can't see.
All right, we will see. It's 117 to 116, so it's even on. Oh, we're down at 230. In what world? How is War of Rights degraded to the point where people don't want to play Roulette Lane? I'd be happy playing either side on this, but maybe it's also because the officers that I think a lot of regular pub players want to play with don't seem to be leading this round. So. It is about 8:30 Eastern, which is the beginning of larger server pop time.
Coming back.
The barn. After the opening left of the barn.
The Union's got to be pretty happy with it. They can at least claim.
Oh my god, yeah, they're massive.
Well,
Left of the barn.
I was gonna say to split the CSA, but nope.
Stop. Aim back left. Aim back left. Aim back left.
He already sees
Corner
it.
of the picket fence. Keep going, dude. Just fucking put it left.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Also got a red company on the left side of the barn.
So Caesar's got the stone wall. The Union's trying to wrap and wipe the cabin. Remember, the CSA's got 2 flags down up top, so those companies can't be productive in prolonged fights until they get those flags back. If that is now a 3rd CSA flag, the advice of the Union would be to put a half dozen guys on there, make sure the CSA doesn't get it back, and everybody concentrate against the last group. And that should be a pretty big lull in fighting. And it's not a huge concern. It's not the end of the world for the CSA. Because there's so much melee and close range on the back end, as long as you don't keep doing this, you can still get the black timer back on your side. But if you're perpetually without your flags, you just can't pull off a sustained firefight.
Got an independent fire at the barn. That's them over there. Spread it out.
So the CSA will reset. The Union will enjoy watching the black timer bleed. But you can see the Union still, despite I would say relative success at the beginning, appears likely to hit engaged first and faster than you would want to. If you're a defender, you probably want. If you're going to go to engage that soon, you want to try to have the attackers down on tickets further than you are.
R, it's R. Or if you can't do that, just press the shift button for sprint.
Hmm. Ah. The rooftop meta. Could try that. Try launching some canister up there as well. So that tells you something about the tickets on roulette. And who knows what's going on. Oh, okay, so they went down about the same time. Not the end of the world for the defenders. You never know what's going on in the Rambo Wars, though. You never. And I try not to cover them too much, but that can play a significant role. Alright, on the plus side, the CSA is grouped up. I forgot that there was
Yes, master.
just a little bit of a stone wall back here. You can't see anything over top of it, but it is there. Oh, I guess this was an installment of Rainbow Wars. One of those flags despawned. Both. Alright, so both flags at the top despawned. One is coming out. If the other hasn't already. So in short order, the CSA should be back to three flags.
We want to force them to go back up the hill.
Hmm.
The guy in the chimney again.
Wow.
Don't worry about that. Aim right. Aim right. You guys, you know the two slats in the center of the barn?
I see 3 guys standing on that rooftop of the house.
Yeah, even if that's
I can't give
true.
you guys any better targets to hit.
It's annoying, but it's not gonna bleed enough tickets by the end of the map. Well, my thumbnail's done, so thank you.
Our friendlies need to force them off that map. Yeah, we're just
Alright.
gonna hold here.
Union already is coming alive.
Jackson, if we're gonna win this, we have to push them off that house. Do you wanna,
Remember
do you wanna
that,
shift where they spawned and, you know, do like a...
The barn will stop a lot, but it's not going to stop artillery. And so artillery will just shoot through the barn. Same with the house, like on Nicodemus. You can get behind it and get protection from
Hold.
bullets, but you're not going to get protection from artillery. It's going to go through. It's blind firing, but there's only so many places you need to be able to hit. Who are they facing off against? All right, looks like CSA is back to all of its flags. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep shooting. Right now, yeah, it's kind of hard for you to see it hard, but you can see those guys kind of in those trees down there. Those dudes, and then they're kind of shift your position.
It actually looked cool because it hit
You know,
the house,
if they aren't
and so
shooting those
the
guys, we're
animation.
open over
Well,
there. Sneak real fence lines through.
I'm not sure if they know that this has happened, but it has. This very tiny group seems to know what's up. Oh no, it's bigger than I thought.
Right here. Aim just to the right of this
Huh.
bush and aim at the
This is more conventional CSA. Get in that defilade there. Use the hill and press. Usually what the Union's doing though is they're
Independent fire.
lining up and they're going to hit the CSA before they show up. Yeah, see, you should be able to hit the CSA from here. And vice versa. Alright, they're going in with the bayonet.
Half there. Most of the team.
It certainly looks like they should. Okay, so now they're getting reinforced. It'll be closer. If this third company moves, there's a chance they can stop this. I'm not sure where the 4th Union company is, but probably right in front of me and I just lost them. Looks like it's shaping up well for the Union. They need to clear out the officers. Man, that guy's he's gonna be able to empty his revolver. Everybody else is just standing there reloading, hoping that they're not the next one, but yeah. Alright, so Union officer comes up, puts a stop to one of them. The other, I think, just ran out of ammo.
Shoot those fuckers.
Got
Running away.
back. Killed there in a fresh 6-shooter. Yeah, you don't want to trickle up. Alright, so now you got 3 CSA flags. Alright, and the 4th CSA group is up at the White House. Likely engaged in some counterbat. Alright, yeah, this is back to the conventional roulette lane. Are they far enough down? I think, nowhere is perfect here. Might have to take a knee and plant the flags in the bush, but all these guys who are coming in off flag, remember they come in. What is that? Those are the people who just drop flag troll? Yeah, looks like it.
Get over this fence and let's shoot them in the backs as they fall back.
Yeah, so the CSA is now down flag.
From here.
And this is better for the Union. I mean, at this pace, it looks like they're slightly ahead on tickets. The CSA is dealing with its own problems, but the CSA is not in a bad spot. They gotta get that 4th company off that White House. I know it's fun and it looks cool, but as you can see, the rate of ticket drop for the Union has declined tremendously since the CSA has gone to sniping from that White House. If the Union want, they can go get hard cover. They can make themselves harder to hit. And just generally stick together so that everybody's dying in
Direct your
formation.
fire south.
Alright, maybe the CSA... No, the Union came out with an aggressive push here behind the stone wall. I'm not sure about that one. You ain't got a lot of tickets relative to the attackers on this. And they have their flags, so they're still going to be able to respawn a bunch of people. And you're a long way from other friendlies, so... Yeah, it's mostly the trading and choosing to give the other side of Stonewall while you have nothing but an open field.
Yes. Independent fire.
It's questionable.
Yeah, they went up there for some reason.
Yikes! Only one side has arty here.
Yeah, give up the fire.
Everybody wants those arty kills, but sometimes your gun is just not in the right place. And
Aim for the hay bales.
you gotta
there.
meet
Aim
it,
for the hay bales.
move it, or you gotta hold fire. Alright, looks like there's that one CSA group that's moving its way around. They appear to have their flag. And the Union looks like they're going to commit a 2nd company to the cabin. Should easily repulse that. Hopefully we won't miss anything on the right, but we'll take a look at the
Aim for
left.
the top edge, that way.
And nope, even still, the Union go taking losses first. Now, if they're just going to go out and skirmish, that's... And that's the Union bringing it back. Still close enough to be anybody's game. Is there some movement here, or is this just a run out to shoot?
Kiss you.
CSA successfully recovers their 4th flag.
Conserve our tickets here. Reload on that line. We're gonna conserve tickets.
Yeah, that's certainly the name of the game. Make the CSA step up and then make them pay a price when they do. And
Did you have shovel?
Where's the captain? Excuse me, sir. Sorry, defense from the Confederacy.
Oh, nice to meet you.
But their flag is way across into the corn there. It's behind that tree and that bush in the middle of the field. Oh, son of a bitch. That came from the rooftop of the White House.
Ugh. Those slippery roofs.
Yeah, just aim on the.
I don't know if the CSA is massing up.
Keep aiming at that.
On this fence. Independent fire.
Union's got to watch out because their own already seems...
Sorry, the little.
At least on that previous shot, they know where they want to shoot, and they ain't holding up for anybody. Still got a CSA group that's back there shooting, maybe at the group in the cabin? There's not even a group here at the fence to enfilade anymore. I don't... Oh, I see where they are. Alright. Yeah, John Brown holding down the left. And that's generally a standoff you gotta be happy with, as the defenders shouldn't be a very big ticket lead and should put pressure on the attackers to eventually come to you.
Independent fire. Independent fire.
Very close. Very close.
They missed again.
Is there anybody on artillery here that hit that group. There's always a fan of trying to have at least one gun that could conceivably shoot into that snake fence or that snake fence. I don't know if this is the spot where, yeah, it's harder to do from here, but because CSA does. All right, so they got one up here they can shoot down. That's fine. This is, yeah, that works. You're the defender, so the long-term plink of the artillery, you're not getting run through this time, and in part, you won't get run through as long as you have a large group up there, because you know the attackers will never have, or shouldn't have, a kind of critical mass.
Keep firing, they're moving, keep firing.
It's interesting. It looks like it's a bit of a misdirection. Two groups go out one way, but I think, oh, is the Union going? They're going out for the barn here? Oh, that is terrible luck. A couple more out of lines here, or at least out of formations. They sure are. They've become ticket donors. And now you have possibly too few down here. You got to step back there from that wall. Oh, this group is still back here. That's why. All right. So yeah, now this group is now getting 2v1. That's exactly what you want to do. I'm not sure what's happened down there. You see, you got that CSA group moving to the corner. I'm not sure if the Union's going to move up fast enough to deal with this. This looked like the CSA had the numbers coming up the hill. I know they brought a second flag in. I don't know if it's going to matter. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, if the Union doesn't shut this down, this is just going to be continual melee, and that's going to really increase. Thank goodness we can put an end to that. It's fun, but when you hear it every round, it's like, come on. Yeah, so they gotta put an end to this. Otherwise, it's just gonna be continual melee, and I'm guessing the Union is, yeah, the Union's now in a worse position.
We're gonna hold these guns. Finish your reloads and join me up here for Delaware B.
Yeah. We'll see if you get support, because you're...
Man a cannon, man a case on it. Fire at will. Do not charge. Do not be reckless. Fire at those reps on the fence. Do not charge them.
Wow.
Get some cover. Get a case
Wow.
on. Get a
Dude
cannon.
absolutely
and shoot
deked him. Shot the officer, ran away,
back. Target those flag
pulled
guns.
another
Shoot
guy
through
out
the
of
fence.
line,
Aim low.
and he
Shoot
got
through the
shot.
top rail of that fence, or just below the top rail of that fence. Don't get
So
me
this
close to the
is
spear. Don't get me close to the spear. They're bucking by
almost the range at which the Fort York, or the Caisson Fort, tends to go up, and normally the Union would have cleared out a lot of that. I mean, now you're trying to
for it. We'll try to cover you.
do all this stuff while you're in buck and ball range, and the CSA is there with 2 flags.
Cover that board.
Yeah, and now cap recap. It's been out, but it's definitely out from now on. So now we just gotta wait for the round to end. CSA's got to run through the Union's tickets, but unless the CSA has a breakdown like the Union did the last time we watched this,
Congratulations, you got 3.
this should be an easy CSA win. You know, it's close enough and it's far enough away. It could still happen. Enough tickets. If you ever find yourself in this situation, do not man that gun.
Shoot whatever you see.
Not when they're that close and they have buck and ball. Use a different gun. Help one of these guys reload faster. And yeah, definitely don't do that.
They're moving, they're moving. Alright, push forward, Indiana B. Push forward, everybody. Push forward, push forward. Push forward.
All right, so I think the plan. I think this is John Brown's group, and I think what. Well, we'll see what he does. There is this group over here that might hit him in the backside, but I was wondering about the prospects of charging up. Little did I know that they would have timed that well with
When they go,
this
we
push.
just gotta go. Finish
All right, so it's
the
actually
Let's get
two
up to the
groups
specs
now.
first, please. Sprint up here. Let's go, boys. The time is now. Now is the
All right.
time. Now is the time.
You have base, Scott?
Yeah. We'll see. It looks like the Union are trying to collapse on those two groups, knock their flags down, and also deal with this. And they did with this very nicely. The CSA is likely going to lose that flag. If the Union continues on through, they're going to knock down 2 more. It's going to be 3 CSA flags down. And now, well, depends if that one gets out, I guess. But
Form on the line. Form on the line. Form on the line.
that could give the Union a break on the black timer. That will really put the CSA under pressure when they get all their flags back, or they got to push with less than their full flags. I wonder if, like on other maps, I wonder if running it into the water allows it to respawn faster. That's the case on Burnsides. So when the Union cross over the bridge, if they die in the embankment, try to die in the water because your flag will respawn. I think I've timed it. It's about a minute or two rather than the normal 5 minutes. I don't know if it counts for that little palm there, but somebody else can figure that one out. So I like what the Union is doing. They've done oh, they probably want to sit on all those flags. This one got out. But that is at least 2 flags down here at third. So that would act. That's the last CSA flag, wherever that. Oh, and there it is. So yeah, if the Union sit on that, the CSA can push, but it's just gonna have to be all at once. All right, so one of them will get out, but that's not enough to keep up the momentum. We'll see when the next charge happens. If it happens soon, it looks like the next charge should send the Union into last stand. It shouldn't put the CSA in final push. And so if the CSA want to come out and do some cheeky volleys until they have their flag. Yeah. You could do that for a bit. Not actually being on the White House isn't terrible. Because it's going to be how deep in the last stand you might get the Union on this next charge. Is there still a Union group over here? There is.
Make
Yeah.
your shots count.
I mean, if the CSA doesn't have their flag,
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, Mr. Ive.
this makes sense. It looks like they're farming a bunch of out of formation CSA. I don't know if they don't know that this is Union. Maybe they're not expecting it.
Make your shots count, boys. Make those
That's a
shots
lot of Union in there. The Union are deep in there. As long as they don't get caught in there and get wiped and have the ticket and the manpower loss, they should be okay.
There's a whole company about to face this, boys.
Yeah,
Make
there
your
is.
shots count. Aim low. Aim low.
Yeah.
Shoot them in the guts. They want their flag.
They do.
Every second they're running, we are reloading, aiming, and shooting.
That is exactly right. And that is exactly what you want.
Oh, yes, sir.
When they're within range, you want them moving while you are shooting. You want your feet planted.
All right, boys, let's fall back. Sprint, sprint, sprint.
That is exactly what I would. That is exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you've done your damage. Now it's time to put a bleed black on that back on that black timer. I don't think it's going to be enough to stay at a last stand, but we'll see if maybe it's enough to get the CSA to go final push first. All right, so getting that flag back. Oh, is that a Union flag or is that the CSA flag? CSA, it must be CSA. That's what I was picked up. All right. All right, so the shootout's going to get hotter now that the CSA has its flags and they're able to respawn folks in pretty quickly. but it'll be close. In fact, the next charge, if and when it happens, is going to put both sides in a last stand, final push. I'm just so giddy for Piper Farm. But we'll see if the server doesn't. Oh, okay, so it's almost up to 300. So big server for Piper Farm? Yes, please. Yes, please. The CSA appears to have masked up over there. Am I missing any other groups? Well, I don't see any other stars over there, so I'm assuming the Union's all here. And I wonder if it's... Yeah, like any time now the Union's going to go last stand. I think they got to try to pull back. I don't know if they can get behind the stone wall and fence and get low and just do that. When the CSA goes final push, I think from the last time I saw this, I think they get about 2.5 minutes. I guess we'll find out. All right, here they come. Looks like a lot of Union are still reloading. So anyways, what I was going to say is we'll see how the CSA goes final push on this. If the Union win and knock down the CSA's flags, they have an excellent chance to win in last stand. If the CSA is able to keep their flags up and they kind of push the point, so that is very close. That is very close. We'll also see what Artie's able to contribute as things are quite close, 143 to 142, so it's very close on the pop there. It looks like the CSA has broken through the first Union line. Is there a size? All right, so Wojtek's got a big group, and there's a sizable contingent coming to spawn. They got to quickly shoot and countercharge. I swear I've already done this, but maybe not. Yeah. I think the CSA is doing the smart thing here. They know that losing those flags is the game, and they're probably just spawning them. Yeah. So it's just a constant spawn push at this point. The Union really have no chance to wipe those. Probably the best they can do is just reload and fire at this point, which is what they're doing. But the CSA is going to have somebody coming in, I think, just about every 1.25 seconds or something like that on average. And now the group from the White House is also pushing down. So, yeah, I mean, this is a tough one for the Union. I think it's particularly tough because the server was on less than, it's still on less than 300 pop. That I think it gets a little bit easier to defend as the numbers get larger. Because as defenders, you're pretty much somebody's always in the right place to be shooting at the attackers. Kind of constantly drain tickets that way. All right, so the attrition is taking its toll here. This is a big old great push. They're bringing the flags to point. And it looks like the last of the defenders are here. About to go down. 1, 2, yeah. It wouldn't have made the difference, but it is a big battery, and that works both for you and against you on this map. So, yeah, well played to both sides, and particularly it seemed like there's some junior officers in. They were, and some more experienced ones. Made for a good map.
the
of the corn, boys. Down that line. Corner over the corn, boys. Steady.
Whoa, they hooked a hard right on
I
us.
see a couple of their boys. They're shifting to our northwest.
Pop it, boys. Let's go. 20th B, we're going right up into the shade of these first trees right here, boys. Boys, we got
All right, boys, move it up to the guns, move it up to new guns.
All right, so we
Hold behind the guns.
we are on
Just
Piper
shoot
Farm,
behind the guns. Hold
and
behind
we
the
saw
guns
John
and
Brown's
fire.
group
Hold behind
take
the
up
guns
the
and
left
fire.
here. You haven't missed too
Look
much.
at that big line of infantry right there.
Yes, I
That's all
forgot to
enemy.
unmute the microphone. That looked like friendly fire. Was
That
it?
was friendly already, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks like it. Yeah, they don't know
Shoot,
that.
guys. It's all enemy.
I don't know if they have an officer. Binos aren't working. Something like that, but. Yeah, the Union has established itself up here in the orchard, as it frequently does on this map. There are various ways to play this, which one of the reasons I like Piper Farm. I think it's one of those better maps. The CSA is doing that thing the CSA does, where it comes out here on this stone wall, and it keeps the Union from wrapping the right and then getting over to the RD over there. But it doesn't look like the Union was ever really intending to do that. And again, I was looking at the officers while I was muted there, and it looks like the... Yeah, there's some experienced folks on both sides, certainly. But it looks like Wojtek and John Brown were on the same page here on pushing the left side. It's at least 2 flags.
shoot that artillery turret. You want them dead, trust me.
It'll be bloody. But I think once the CSA gets here, they're gonna wanna put an end to this.
Listen, my guys, pull it. Listen, my guys, listen to me. Listen to me. We have to pull it back. Pull it back.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Go, 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 go.
Very good. That's what you should do when you find yourself in the midst of the enemy. That is exactly right. I don't know if that was more friendly already or if that was... I think it was. I don't see the CSA turning its guns yet over to the orchard.
Take a shot.
Oh.
Sprint, sprint, sprint.
I don't know, man. Yeah, all right. I don't know if that's an actual level 1 or if that's just the
Okay,
level
right here, boys,
glitch.
right here.
But
Get your loads in, get your loads in. Black man in the
it
first three.
appears the Union's going to get their flags back to the corn. Or one's going back. The other one is trying to make a stand here. CSA is coming in a little spread out. Yeah, and it looks like
Shoot him down.
looks like the CSA is going to call off that pursuit because Wojtek's group is holding. So holding like a, I don't know. You figure it out. All right, so that was nice of that. Let's see what's on the tickets. Yeah, unsurprising. CSA is a little bit lower as a result of that. Is the Union now putting a second group into action over here on the right? You could try it. The map boundary is going to limit a lot of that, right? So you can get up to this intersection and cut off the stone wall, but they're going to shoot you the whole way in if they can, even if you try to come around here. And then they have the stone wall until you get around that corner. But it certainly does keep that group tied down, but if you ignore them, then it's also wasted enemy over there if you decide to put your forces in action elsewhere. Or if you put a third company here and leave a fourth kind of in reserve to maybe flex to that corner and take it if the CSA abandon it. But yeah, if you can get a company to defend a position that's not engaged,
Like they're falling back,
it's
boys.
basically the equivalent of removing that company's flag and its unit from combat, minus whatever killing they're going to do while they're shooting at range.
Alright, if you got light, join me. Otherwise, finish your
Having been CSA already a lot on this map, and frequently given up trying to be in the orchard. If you don't roll the guns back or retire them by fire, like back to the
Alright, guys, inch up a little bit more.
at least the
guys.
mobile,
A little
if
bit
not
more.
the fixed caissons, and you have an aggressive push like this, you're gonna get farmed repeatedly. The CSA just don't have the tickets to do that on this map. Defenders usually don't have tickets to do that. That was a better shot. So maybe the Union artillery got the word that, yeah, aim for the guns a little further back. We'll see if the CSA is wrapping. Man, why did we only get one huzzah? I don't know. All right, so the USA is playing Grand Theft Auto. All right, Spud wasn't gonna have any of it, but he was killed before that, so we'll see. I'm sure this is full of goodies. I kind of want to see if it goes off. Did that kill anybody?
He's down. Keep going.
Come on, boys, front bull.
I don't know. There was a small hole in the line, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to believe, that's what happened. CSA. It feels like there's more CSA here maybe than there actually is. I'm only seeing the one. Oh, there's the other.
Holy shit.
Well, it's like this. It's War of Rights, and
You're safe right here. We don't have to pull back all the way.
Grab cover, boys.
it looks cool. I'm not sure how much you're gonna be able to see with the smoke, but maybe Artie will hit us.
Oh God!
Then I don't have to
Spread
worry
out,
about
boys. Spread
my
out.
thumbnail.
Spread out. Spread.
But as I was saying about the Union Artie on the last round of Roulette, when they're that close, just leave the gun. Go
They're
do
not
something
charging,
else.
Boys. They're not charging.
Move caissons, move other guns, help other people reload
Pulling
faster.
it back, boys. Good job.
But
All
don't
right,
get
move it up, boys. Move it up,
don't
Bobby.
get
Move it up,
farmed.
Move it up. Move up. Move up. New line. Hold the new line. Hold the new line.
But yeah, John Brown and Wojtek are doing a very good job of regulating range. And they had already given their guys the order, if we get charged and overwhelmed, just book it out of here. That's very nicely done. All right, and even though I'm recording, not streaming this game, I guess the Union read my mind. Now we'll see whether it works, and if it doesn't, remember, it's because they didn't interpret it correctly. It's not my fault. No, we'll see what they do. But yeah, this is almost exactly what I was wondering. Put a third company in action over here and keep a fourth one back, and see if that allows you to either drive down the tickets faster, or at least make sure you get everybody out and you're dying in formation. We'll see how long it takes the CSA to react. Oh, so they're going to put all 4 groups in there on the left side. That's interesting. And now those groups have a long way to run, if they're going to run. Otherwise, you end up with 4 Union flags in action, really against 2 active CSA flags, because I would doubt they're going to take very many casualties. And that just leads to a progressively hotter skirmish. If the Union's able to build up its
Continue to fight,
forces,
boys.
it's going to throw more lead. They're going to
Mr.
win the
McKenzie,
respawn
Mr.
race,
Cup,
and they're going to
Kilo,
gradually
please
walk
stay
down those
formation with
guns.
us.
Jeez, friendly Artie, right?
On this line, let's go. Independent fire.
They're going to walk down that CSA Artie and the infantry defending it, and they get closer to the crest. The hill will protect the CSA defenders less, and they're just going to lose some more tickets. You can see. I don't know. Is the CSA going to bring any more numbers over here? Or? Yeah. Union artillery can just be
Boys, grab
brutal
that flag,
to
grab
anything
that
in
flag,
this
move left
orchard.
on me. Grab that flag, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out. Grab that flag, break reloads on me, move it left.
Understandable. I think they were winning that attrition. And again, artillery, watch out, because now they're coming through. That was a darn near perfect shot. Robbed by the Arty nerfs, but should have been a wipe of that gun crew. Just all those out of formation deaths there. But it is what the CSA is doing by falling back, and the way that the hill curves, and you're falling back to caissons, you're able to get yourself in a better position to defend and to take fewer casualties. But they had to pull back because the Union was able to concentrate.
Get up here.
And you see that they want to keep the pressure on. They might be able to take those guns. The Union might be able to get their artillery guys in here and play some Grand Theft artillery, which, yeah, maybe you'll get to shoot at close range at the CSA, or maybe you'll just wheel a gun or a caisson or two far enough away the CSA can't use it. Yeah, from the CSA's perspective, both sides have plenty of guns and plenty of ammo, and so it's probably not going to be a huge problem, but you never know. Alright, I've lost the other groups. I've lost what's going on over here because it seemed like there wasn't much going on over here. Again, if you're CSA Arty, you got to be happy with this. Man, if ever in an organized event playing CSA Arty, I had that much time, we would have likely set up guns that overlook the point here. You can't do a full-on caisson for it, but you can do a partial one that allows you much easier access to shoot down here and do some late game canister stuff. And again, you're level 64, like, you know better than this. But anyways,
Yeah, guys, they're in the fucking bush to the.
oh, no way.
Aim for the waist. Yeah, stay in the road flag. Up the chute, back to load.
Yeah, that CSA group, after hanging out over here, waiting for a fight, they're now getting 2v1. One in the front and one in the side. And
Independent fire.
that's a rough spot to be in. I was in that a couple months ago.
Push back a bit.
Union's got to be very happy with the start. We'll see what the CSA strategy is to get back in this. It's possible that everything could fall apart for the Union attack. I don't think so. I don't think it will. Not as long as the leadership remains more or less consistent. But I think if this ticket trade continues to go in favor of the Union, I think the CSA is going to eventually have to play cap recap. But it's still close enough that I wouldn't go to that immediately. But I think it's getting there. Again, why? You got 20 yards closer, but tickets are paramount.
Right, boys. Open up with me again, boys. Open up with me again. On the line, boys. Quickly, quickly. Down the line,
War
boys.
of
Hey,
Rights
Bo, hey,
is
Bo.
far more of a game of how you die than how many you kill. And the degree to which you fight that reality, you will harm your team. You might have a good time and have more fun, but you will not do better for your team. That was a nice shot.
Let's make it rip proud, boys. Make it rip proud.
Alright, we'll see if Arty can get it. What is that gun pointed at? Oh, they're just getting loaded. Alright. That was also a nice shot. They brought their shooting goggles this time. That's very nicely done. Oh, where'd those arty guys go? I like how they perfectly balance this, though. Like, if you're gonna go out in style like that. So we're getting the full rebel yell, but we did not get the full
right now.
Union huzzah. All right. Union looks like they're pulling off over here, though. Maybe they didn't have anybody to fight. The CSA, for their part, all right, we got an infantry company,
Nice.
infantry officer. That's an art. I think Barksdale was on RB.
Move up.
And I think, yeah. All right, so Luke had a group. So yeah, it looks like all CSA officers have gone to the orchard. It's interesting. Let's see how it works.
Up, nope.
Going right now, Joey.
Forward with me.
Forward!
On the line, on the line, on the line. Take him! Stay!
Wonderful fucking falling.
Hold, boys, hold. You do well. Dress the line.
All right, so I think John Brown's group went to the right. I think that was them. And now the Union has 3 groups that are up in front of point. CSA is halfway through taking losses. So this is the point where I think if the CSA is thinking about playing cap recap, the Union are acting like they're going to push for the cap. And so if you're the CSA, you can either let the Union come in and try to countercharge, or let... That was a nice shot. Nice looking shot. Who knows what it did. But you can try to get that ticket levels back, because right now you're down by about a half morale stage. And there just ain't no way, if this goes on, that you're going to be able to make that up. Unless the Union gets uber passive and basically makes no progress for the next 15 minutes on tickets. It's the CSA is going to lose this map. The Union just has to make some decent pushes towards the point. And I'm not sure why they didn't continue to all in on the left and just bleed the CSA's tickets even closer to breaking. My guess, the trip through Arty is done for 2 reasons. 1, there's no friendly infantry to defend it, and 2, you tend to get a lot of out of formation people because, again, artillerists are trying to fight a fight they're not good at, which is a melee. Although, actually, you know, with the swords, all right, the swords of NCOs, it actually is, it's okay, but you don't have firearms. You don't have the apparent range of bayonets. And so now the Union's gonna, we'll see how many flags get in here. Oh, they're bringing 3. So this is a pretty full commit. And I think the CSA's either got to wipe them or it's going to be very bad. Yeah, he wasn't kidding. He's on your side. He's giving you good advice. You got to get those flags out. Yeah, that was nicely done. Whoever that CSA guy was that tried to wrap around German guy from the backside and keep him from getting out. But the best laid plans. It's really hard to see the difference sometimes in the colors. Oh, and that's 2 Union flags down. All right, they got 1 up, but Reb is trying to chase it down. It looks like they're all going to get out or they're going to get very close to getting out. And now, with that, cap recap is really out of the bag. Rambo's and just the other random plank is going to put the CSA in breaking. And so the Union with at least a quarter of a morale stage advantage should be able to win. But we'll see. And that I'm surprised the CSA went breaking from that volley. It looked like the Union was getting infilated there from the high ground, but now for sure cap recap is off the table, and the Union can take their time. So I think that was very good. If you can just go up and be aggressive, and the defenders are going to play that game, then don't worry about cap recap. But if the defenders were more cagey or had fought off those attacks with better ticket trades, then I think cap recap might have had to come on to the table for the Union. And I understand why the CSA didn't force it and didn't like pull back behind the barn when they were halfway through. It's hard to enforce anywhere, but particularly on pubs, it's harder to enforce. And if the Union gets embedded around the point, you're gonna lose a ton of tickets on the counterattack, and you might not be able to knock them off. This looks like three flags. Or is this all 4 Union groups? This might be all 4. And my guess is this group is going to stand and fight instead of running. They need to turn tail and run. And then when this Union group, they can't chase them, they're going to run in. Then those CSA groups should turn around and follow them in from behind if they get the opportunity to. But again, play it cagey as defenders, but taking either a 3 or a 4 v2 is not where you want to be, and without the stone wall at that point.
Gonna be close.
Yeah, but no. I think somebody's shelling the unusable battery here.
Keep moving. Someone's playing here. You're gonna regroup on this wall.
There's so much already going on. I don't know what that was.
Fire. Take him out. Independent fire.
Oh,
Take him out. Take him out.
The best looking flag in world.
Do you guys want to
There it
this
is.
out? Take him out.
You heard it here first.
Keep up the fire.
All right, Union's breaking.
Keep up this fire.
Up not quite half a morale stage.
Alright, keep firing, keep firing.
1, 2, 3.
Keep up the fire.
No, there's not a 4th flag here. I think I was looking for their officer. Their officer must have just been down.
Let's move.
Yeah, I mean, the CSA can't respawn on that one flag, even though they're in breaking, can otherwise respawn. And the Union's got a sizable force out here that I guess now is pushing in. We'll see how the CSA defenders here handle it. Man, that's a good looking game. Hopefully the video, you know, between recording it and uploading it, it doesn't get too defiled and it looks as good for you as it does for me. So again, here, the Union, I think, is going for tickets and possibly a slow push through the caissons, right? Having got yourself embedded on that side of the rock and caissons, you can either go all the way in, or you can just wipe whoever's here, respawn the rest on flag for whoever you lost, and then you can kind of do what the CSA did to the Union in the previous round. You just had the flag sit back and just continually stream people in. Of course, the counter to that is independent fire on the part of the defenders, but
Back off the wall. Back
eventually
off the wall.
some get through, and the Union they can go through here. They will time out, but they won't time out. They have time to get down and get into melee, and do damage before they die. CSA's in last stand. Union's high in breaking. It is now just a matter of time. Oh, we didn't get more. Well, we didn't get many more. I guess we went up by about 20 over the course of this map. It's too bad, man. Piper Farm is a great map. And the Union certainly played it well. They do need to, yeah, they do need to get that up. They sure are. This might be the kind of last attempt here to knock those Union flags down. Honestly, I without knowing their numbers, probably just pull them back to the fixed caissons. Because at least then you can kind of see what's coming, right? When you're out here, not so much as obscured, but you got your orders and you got to stay with your friendlies, so I get it. And certainly the Union's making the CSA bleed to come in and get those flags, so. But you just don't want to lose them. Yeah, I think the Union would be wise to pull those out. But again, if you've seen the guide, I'm really risk averse on those flags. Yeah, and it looks like the CSA is going to win that. And that's one flag down. Okay, I don't know where you are going. But he got it right. Well, no, he didn't. And now you've lost 3 flags. So yeah, it doesn't really matter, but the map could be over if you just pulled everybody back to here. Got him up. I don't know what happened to Wojtek's group. That I think was the one over here. This isn't. This is them. Coming in the back door, I guess, as the CSA was focused on the others. Oh, man. Do you think you could tell them to run north? Hit T and run to the end. No. So, that's a lot of Union flags down, but again, there aren't that many CSA left now, so. And the CSA, after wiping those flags, is not going to camp them, so the Union's going to get them right back. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed these maps. These were good maps. If only we could get the server up to 350 or, I don't know, whatever it is stable before it goes a little wonky, maybe 330, 340. But, yeah, I like these big servers. All right, until next time.
Good game, boys.
Alright, good job, guys.